What's up, everyone? Troy from GlitchFeed here at PAX East 2016. I am joined by Aaron, Assistant Game Director of Overwatch. We just got a chance to demo the game, and I've obviously been talking about it a lot on the podcast. Huge fan. Huge fan. Tell me a little bit, if someone, for whatever reason, has not heard of Overwatch, briefly what Overwatch is.
Sure thing. Overwatch is Blizzard's first-person shooter. It features a cast of 21 heroes. They all have unique abilities, and all the matches take place as a 6-on-6 multiplayer team format. It is also Blizzard's first new universe that we've made in almost 20 years. We have Warcraft, StarCraft, and Diablo, and now we're adding the world of Overwatch to the mix.
Sure. And as you say, Blizzard's been building games for a very, very long time, building universes for a long time. What's been the main challenge, I think, from switching from more of a strategy game and top-down and even the MMOs to a first-person shooter? What are some of the challenges there?
Yeah, so I've worked on some of the other projects of Blizzard. I worked on World of Warcraft for a while. But first and foremost, Blizzard makes games that we are very passionate about, and everyone on the Overwatch team is very passionate about first-person shooters. They're games that we've spent a lot of time playing. A lot of people on the team have even spent a lot of time making first-person shooters.
Right.
And so there's definitely different mindsets that you have to get into. I build a lot of the maps in Overwatch, and it's obviously different than building a zone in World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
But I think I have enough experience playing these other games that I can bring a lot of that to bear. We also have spent a lot of time researching just what makes a lot of these other games tick. I think it's something that Blizzard does really well, is to look at another game and say, this is what's great about this game, this is what can be improved about that game. So we've done that to a lot of the other shooters on the market, and we're bringing that all into Overwatch.
It is definitely a lot of inspiration from a lot of good shooter games, I think, but it's transformed itself to be something totally different. I love all of the classes. What was the kind of drive you wanted to do? Did you want to do a class-based shooter from the beginning?
Yeah, that was the initial pitch for Overwatch. Was we wanted to do a hero-based, team-based, ability-based shooter, that is what we kind of started with. That's what we've kept as the vision the whole way through the project, and I think it's what kind of makes the game so special at its heart.
Absolutely. So it's had a very interesting beta progression. It had a lot of hype over the last year and a half, and then closed beta launched, a very limited closed beta.
Yeah.
How has it been watching the reaction of the fans who either have gotten into the closed beta or haven't gotten into the closed beta? What has that been like from your standpoint as a developer to see that different progression?
There has definitely been two different reactions to the beta, one from the people that got in and one from the people that didn't. And I like to think that some of the people that are maybe a little salty about not getting in, it's all in good fun.
Oh, yeah.
And it's because that they're big fans of the game and they just want to play the game. And the people that got in have actually turned into an amazing community for us.
Sure.
We get all sorts of great feedback from them. They'll even report bugs on our forums, and we'll go in and fix the bugs and make the game better and more polished. We've also have had a really big competitive scene develop around the game. There's almost daily tournaments happening with really high level of playing it. And as far as the developers go, we can watch those, and we can have actually made balance changes to the maps and to the heroes based on the tournaments.
Sure. And I assume eSports has been a focus since the get-go.
Nope.
Not at all. Really?
No. Well, at a certain point, yeah, we started thinking about the game competitively, but early on, we didn't want too many things on our plate. It's really hard to sit down and say, like, hey, I'm going to make the next big eSports game.
Sure.
Right? What we wanted to do was we wanted to make the best plain hero-based game that we personally could, and so we spent all our time focusing on the moment-to-moment combat, the hero lineup, the strategic intricacies of team play, and that's where all of our time went. And at a certain point, we held an internal tournament on the team, and we realized that the game was actually not just really fun to play, but really fun to watch at the same time. And so we kind of started shifting over that. We'd hoped it would get there, but we weren't going to have that drive the development of the game or the design of the game.
Interesting, because it lends itself so perfectly to an esports title. You'd almost think it was immediately thought to be, right off the bat esports, but it seems like it's grown into it almost.
Yeah, I think you're kind of setting yourself up to do too much when you're thinking about things like that. It's not like you can say like, hey, I want to make the next like $1 billion game, right? Like that would be great to say like I'm gonna make one that's super successful. But what we wanted to do was make a game that kind of spoke to all of us on the team,
Sure.
like what like our passion would be for a game, and that's what we ended up making.
Wonderful. Yeah, and as the betas have gone on, you've added, of course, new content as things gone on. What was the thought process between the cosmetic system and the progression system in the title? Because you added skins and player icons. At what point did that kind of become a reality in the development?
So it's something that we had kind of talked about even from the beginning, like whether or not we wanted to do different cosmetic items for the players. But it really started becoming a reality when we started diving deeper into our progression system. And early on, we actually had a different progression system that we were planning for Overwatch, and we decided not to go with for various reasons. And so we started coming up with a system that we really wanted to reward players for playing and make their time feel valuable, and do it in a way where the rewards for it would make the heroes that you had in game feel cooler, and you can get more attached to it. It's also because this is a new universe, it allows us to kind of expand a little bit on
Sure.
some of the universe and maybe push against the edges of it a little bit. And so skins, emotes, voice lines, all that stuff started kind of working their way into that system.
Sure. And then what's next for that? I would say that's a good avenue for implementing new things. Is it going to be a rolling season of new skins, or do you have more of a pack system kind of thought of?
So what we'd like to do in the future, and it's a little ways off because right now the team is incredibly focused on shipping the game. We're a month out, right?
Right.
And we want as smooth a launch as we can get. But so we're going to be making more heroes for the game. We're going to be making more maps for the game. There'll be more skins and sprays and all that coming in the future. We haven't quite locked down exactly when those are coming, or the delivery mechanism for a lot of it, but they're definitely on their way. And we've talked before that anybody that's purchased Overwatch will get those skins and maps free of charge.
Right. Wonderful. And as you said, your team is focused right now on getting the game to launch. You guys have the open beta coming up on May 5th, correct?
Yeah, so the open beta is really soon. It's May 5th through 9th.
Yes.
And then if you've pre-ordered Overwatch, not only will you get the Noir Widowmaker skin, but you'll also get early access into the beta starting on May 3rd.
May 3rd. So it's very, very soon for the game.
Yes, it is.
And then launching on May 24th.
May 24th.
Yes.
Exactly. And it will be launching on PC, PS4, Xbox One, all simultaneously.
What was it like developing for the consoles? Because those are traditionally more of a PC market until Diablo, really. But what has it been like really building this game for multiple platforms at the same time?
Yeah, well, we knew we wanted to build this game for the PC and for consoles from the start.
Yeah.
And early on in the project, we all had console controllers at our desks. Before we even had a console build of the game, we had console controllers that you'd plug into the PC so we could make sure that all the heroes and all the controls felt tight and as good as we could get it on a console.
Yeah.
I haven't worked on a console game for probably 16 or 17 years, and it is a different experience
totally
now
different world,
with the different submissions that you make and kind of the way you go through all of it. But at its heart, the game is very similar across PC to the consoles. We definitely had to do a lot of extra optimizations for the consoles. We have a few things in the builds that are a little bit different between console and PC. Okay. And while we're open to making tuning changes between them, so far we haven't really done that, but we have aim assist on the console. That's probably the biggest change between the builds.
Sure. I have to say, I played today on a PS4 controller for the first time from keyboard and mouse, and it is a totally different world.
It is. Well, I mean, you said you've played on the PC before, and so the big thing with Overwatch is it's a hero game, but it's all about the hero's abilities, right? And so you might know how to use all the abilities if you've played it before, but you no longer know which buttons to hit
That's exactly
on the console controller. And so I remember when we first started doing our playtest, we got our build up and running. I can't tell you how many times I would pop my ult in the spawn room because I thought, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go sprint out of here, and it's like, nope, I'm ulting.
Yeah, that definitely happened. I'm like looking for shift to switch on Lucio's blast. Like I can't find the triggers are all different. I can't handle it. But it's definitely an interesting experience on console. So I'm really excited to see how that that universe kind of builds at the same time PC.
Yeah, what's cool too is I mean, this is the first time we've showed it on the console to the public, and there are already people out on the show floor that are better than I am on the controller than I am with the mouse and keyboard. And you can just watch them track a target across the screen. It's like I don't know how they're doing that, but they are, and they're just really skilled console players.
It's amazing. So to wrap up, what from Blizzard's long history of making games, what do you think has been the main inspiration or things that you've pulled from other Blizzard titles that has made their way into Overwatch?
Oh, far and away, it's our focus on the heroes of the game. Blizzard's always said that we are a hero factory. We really focus on like these archetypical personalities, and that's what we put in the game. The creative director on Overwatch was the creative director on World of Warcraft and a lot of the other Blizzard titles. Chris Metzen, our art director, was the art director on World of Warcraft. So we have our game director was game director on World of Warcraft. I mean, there's a lot of lineage on our development team that come from other Blizzard properties.
Wonderful. Well, definitely check out Overwatch if you haven't. I don't know who at this point hasn't heard of Overwatch. Check out the open beta on May 5th if you're interested in the game. Pre-purchase it and jump in on May 3rd. And otherwise, just check out Overwatch. I think I can't advocate for it more. But
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time, and hopefully we'll see more of you guys soon.
Thank you.
Thanks. What's up, everyone? Thanks for watching our PAX East coverage. If you'd like to see more videos, you can click right about here and check out some of our other interviews and coverage from the floor. Otherwise, hit like, comment, and subscribe below for more of our stuff. Thanks.